how did we get here? Not in a literal sense, but in the context of film. During the golden age of Hollywood, plenty of different genres were seeing success, such as westerns, musicals, screwball comedies, and plenty of others. But one that stuck out in particular. Italian neorealism has its origins in actualities, along with all of film. Actualities were artistically defined as short in length, very simple and cheap in production, along with little to no movement of the camera, besides tracking of the character in some scenes. But to save the day, a major advancement came along. Cesare Zavattini wanted to see something different, something more real. So neorealism came along and shook up the entire film industry. Italian neorealism in specific focused on post-World War II times in Italy, along with large focus on the lower class, depicting a grimy and most important realistic approach to film. Similar to actualities, the elements of neorealism are shot on the spot with a low budget and a new component, editing, but very simple editing. Okay, this is Kyrie from the future. I forgot to add in that another very large part of Italian neo-realistic films was that certain characters were sometimes not at all actors and were just untrained and often unpaid citizens. This strategy really did add to the realism aspect and is a defining trait within this genre. Due to transitions being extremely hard to do, the main form of editing would be cutting and pasting different scenes together with the use of the physical film. A film that combined all of these elements would have to be De Sica's Bicycle Thieves. Released in 1948, this film would lay the foundation for a lot of future neo-realist films, using a very important element, mise-en-scène. But what exactly is mise-en-scène? Well, according to StudioBinder.com, mise-en-scène is the arrangement of scenery and stage properties in a play. It refers to everything in front of the camera, including the set design, lighting, and actors. Mise-en-scène in Bicycle Thieves is very well thought out and gives the viewer more of a spectator feel compared to feeling like a character. The chase scene in Bicycle Thieves is a very good example of mise-en-scène.
Monta, monta! Vai avanti, corri! Corri, dai! Corri!
This overhead shot of the streets in Italy is also a great example of mise-en-scène. It also shows how even though Richie just got his bike stolen, everyone else's lives continue. That juxtaposition is a recurring theme within Bicycle Thieves.
Avverti il tunnel, l'ho visto io!
All of these elements are not exclusive to just Bicycle Thieves, though. They can be found in multiple neo-realist films, but one of the best would come 70 years later. Roma takes every one of these elements and brings them to perfection, but what it does the greatest would be its use of mise-en-scène. Every scene is set up in a very intimate way to really give the viewer an inside look into each of the characters' lives. For example, Sophie's bedroom. From how all of the toys are placed makes the room feel alive, as if a real child plays in here every day. Another fantastic example would be the scene shot in the living room. Again, how everything is placed in here, from the slanted lamp to even the dish under it, adds so much character to the film. But the ultimate example would have to be this kitchen scene. Everything about it, from the lingering strainer to the left out pots and even the grime on the windows, really represents mise-en-scène. Quran's specific placement of all of these items puts a very large focus on the nuances within the characters' lives. But to zoom out of their personal lives, Quran also shows the broken state of Mexico City during this period, similar to how Bicycle Thieves shows the poverty and general misfortune of the average person during a post-World War II time. Both of these films, whilst utilizing the strongest points within their genre, recognize the economic, moral, familial, and most importantly, realistic struggles of the lower class. They both tell stories of characters that have seemingly endless misfortune, along with tests to their morality that ultimately lead them back to where they began. So, how did we get here? Through the use of complex elements such as realism, focus on the lower class, mise-en-scène, and pioneers like Zavattini and De Sica, neorealism has only improved since its conception. The genre of neorealism will remain valuable so long as class struggles exist. Beyond that, it will exist so long as life goes on.